Welcome back to our weekly workout. This week we have a glute focused leg day, starting off with KAS Glute Bridges. If you were somebody that does a lot of hip thrusts, really the biggest difference here is not going all the way down. When you start to feel your femurs kind of rotate, that's really when you want to pause, squeeze through the glutes, and really drive up to that tabletop position. This looks sneaky easy, but I feel this so much more in my glutes. You can see that the range of motion is very limited, and I'm really making sure that I'm holding at the top, really allowing that stretch, that rotation, really working on the positioning and keeping my core engaged. These will light your glutes on fire, and you'll see in the comments below the video, there's a beginner and an advanced option for this. I was doing 4 sets and I was on the struggle bus. This week, I'm personally progressing my workouts from dumbbell RDLs to barbell RDLs. Because I haven't been able to consistently work out, I'm starting with really light weight and sticking in an 8 to 10 rep range today, really focusing on making sure that I'm hinging my hips back. My shoulders went around a lot just because of my back injury, so I'm really focused on pushing my scapula down, locking my lats, pausing at that mid-shin position, and making sure that I use that tempo. Ideally, 4 seconds to me is so money because you're letting that glute stretch as long as possible, and you're really letting your arms stay in alignment. And you actually get a little arm pump here if you notice that when you fully stand upright, it always makes your triceps pop a little bit. But I really just love RDLs and everything it does for you, because to me, it really is a full body exercise. I always pair my RDLs with B stance RDLs, really making sure to get that unilateral muscle engagement. The goal is growth here, and you can't always just do compound movements. Biggest thing here is that you're sending your hips back as far as possible. Again, we are looking for our glutes to stretch and stay under tension as long as possible. But this one can be a little bit tricky because your shoulders are going to want to round forward because of the positioning of the dumbbells. So I really try to open up my chest when I first stand, push my hip back, and then slowly let the dumbbells lower. That way they're staying as close to my shin as possible and making sure that I'm getting the glute engagement I'm looking for. You can see the look on my face. My cheeks are starting to be on fire. So you know if you're already struggling in the workout, that second day after is going to be gnarly. Now, I am doing sumo squats here. Again, the weight is light. I have not been back squatting since I was in the car accident very much, but I wanted to do a sumo squat, and the heaviest dumbbell we had is a 70-pound dumbbell. So I put the same weight on the bar as I had for my RDL and really just focused on sending my hips back, making sure my knees and toes are tracking at a 45-degree angle, and I'm really driving through my glutes. I know there's a big debate on do squats really build glutes, but if you're somebody that's looking for glute growth and you don't mind working your quads, then doing the barbell squats is a great option. But if you're somebody that's not trying to build your quads, I would not implement barbell squats too often if you can avoid them. And please do not be the person that leaves their weight on the rack. This happens far too often in my apartment gym, so be a human being and put your weights away. Now this is where the struggle kicks in. I really wanted to do some more unilateral movements, and step-ups are always a struggle. You can see here, I'm really trying to slowly lower down and not let gravity and the weights take me down. I first did a trial run with just body weight, and it definitely wasn't enough. So I'm really making sure to keep a slight hinge here because I want it to be more glute-based than quad-based. And you can see, because of how soft the bench is, like there's a couple times I legit almost fell off. Now, for me, where the personal struggle is standing on my right leg. I was in a car accident, and I've had issues with that leg since the car accident, and you can see that I drop a little bit quicker on this side. It's one of those things that why unilateral movements are so important, to really address your muscle imbalances, and if you'll have any injuries, to work in that available range of motion so you can build strength and overcome what the limitations are. But definitely had to go slower and be more intentional on this side. Cable machine was in use, so I just did banded glute kickbacks, making sure that I'm getting that glute med, getting that good stretch on the band, it and making sure that I don't just allow my leg to fall in as the resistance of the band kicks in. You can double band if you want a little bit more resistance here. I really want to make sure I'm getting that good glute engagement, so I stuck to one band, but this workout is definitely going to light your glutes and your quads on fire and get you that pump. If you're looking for more workouts, just check the description and you'll see my link.